Evening to one and all. So last class we have seen about male reproductive system. This class is for class 8 and today we will be seeing about female reproductive system. Now the female reproductive system is not quite a huge difference is there as far as the male reproductive system has been concerned. In female reproductive system there are a lot of differences. In female reproductive system there are 4 major parts: ovary, oviduct and or fallopian tubes, uterus, vagina. As far the diagram has been concerned, this part is the ovary, this part is the ovary, these 2 round circles is the ovary, and the circle over here is the ovary. This part is the ovary. Then this one is the fallopian tube here. This is the fimbriae, that is the finger-like structure, and this one is the uterus here over here, cervix, vagina. Now, one by one we will come to know about each and every point of the female reproductive system, that what is its role and why it is so much important in the female body. Now, let us start from the ovary. This 2 round blue color structure is the ovary. The ovary, main function of the ovary is to produce the ovum. Now, what is ovum? We can also call it as egg or ova. That ovum or egg or ova is liberated by the ovary each and every month. Means if in the month of January the right ovary is releasing the ovum or ova, in the month of February the left will release. Means alternately it will go. January right, February left. Then again in the March right and in the April left. Means alternately it will be releasing the ovum. Now the ovum as released by the ovary will be caught or will be trapped by the fimbriae. This finger-like projections. These finger-like projection is the fimbriae. This small minute finger-like projection is the fimbriae. As the ovary will liberate the ovum, this fimbriae, the finger-like projections present in the fallopian tube will catch the ovum. Why? Because then only the ovum through the fimbriae will reach the fallopian tube. Now fallopian tube and oviducts are the same thing. Fallopian tubes and the oviducts are the same thing. So what happens is there are 2 ovaries in the female reproductive system, 2 fallopian tubes. This side also is fallopian tube and this side also is the fallopian tube. 2 fallopian tubes, 2 fallopian tubes, 2 ovaries. So if this side ovary will release the egg, it will be caught by this fimbriae and it will be delivered to this fallopian tube. If this side ovary is releasing the ovum or the egg, then this side fimbriae will trap it and it will be delivered to this side fallopian tube. Now, what happens? The fallopian tube, when it will trap the egg, or the fimbriae when it will catch the egg and it will transport it to the fallopian tube, that time the egg will be staying there, holding there. For few days, the egg will be staying there in the fallopian tube, waiting for the sperms to come. So that the sperm could fertilize the egg. And if the sperm is not coming, if the mating has not been done, if the process of mating has been stopped, then the same egg will be coming out through the vagina as a kind of menstrual cycle. Now, what happens is, as I told, the ovary will form the egg. The ovary will be forming the egg, both the ovaries. Means if January right ovary is forming, February the left ovary will be forming the egg. Means it will go alternately, right and left. In each and every month it will go alternately. Now, so after releasing the egg, it will be caught up by the fimbriae and the fimbriae will transport it to the fallopian tube. Now, one thing is clear here: ovary, fimbriae and fallopian tube. Ovary forming the egg matured, is now well trapped by the fimbriae. Fimbriae trapped the egg and transported it to the fallopian tube. Clear? Till here I think it's clear. Now, 3 functions are clear. Ovary will be forming the egg, then the fimbriae will be trapping the egg, and that trapped egg will be slowly transported to the fallopian tube. Now, so here the egg will be waiting. If the egg is fertilized, it will, after 9 months the baby will be delivered. If the egg is not fertilized, it will come out through the vagina as the part of menstrual cycle. Now, let us go to the next. Next is the uterus. Uterus is the pear-shaped structure and it is also called as womb, means W-O-M-B. Uterus is also called as W-O-M-B, womb. So it is the part of the female reproductive system, and it is pear in shape, and it is also called as womb. On observing the uterus very properly, we can find the upper end of the uterus from both the sides, means the upper end of the uterus from both the sides is connected nicely to the fallopian tube. This upper end, the upper end of the uterus. Here the uterus, its upper end is connected from both the side to the fallopian tube. And the lower end of the uterus, this side, is connected to the vagina. And cervix is the upper part of the vagina. We can say it is the neck of the uterus. Cervix is also called as the neck of the uterus. And it is the upper part of the vagina. So from here, the sperms may be delivered during the time of mating. From vagina, the sperms will be delivered to the female reproductive system. And through the cervix and the uterus, the sperm has to climb up till the fallopian tube. Through the cervix and the uterus, the sperm has to climb up till the fallopian tube so that the fertilization may occur. And if there is no mating, no process of mating, and if there is no sperm dispatchment in the vagina, then there will be no fertilization. Automatically, the egg will be degenerated and it will be passed out as a part of menstrual cycle. So I hope it's clear till here. Now, next part is, whenever we are talking about the vagina and the cervix, the human female does not have a common opening for passing of the menstrual cycle and passing of the urine. The opening of the urine and the opening of the vagina is uncommon. There are two openings for human female where the urine will pass out and from where the vagina will receive the sperm or the menstrual cycle will take place. Vagina is also called as the birth canal because during the time of delivery, the normal delivery when takes place, the baby used to come out through the vagina itself. So it is also known as the birth canal. Vagina is also called as the birth canal. Now, apart from this, there is no common opening, as I have said. For human male, there was only one common opening externally, that is for the dispatching of sperms also penis is there, as well as for the dispatching of the urine also penis is there. But at the same time, human female is not having common opening, they are having two openings. One for the dispatching of the urine and the another for the occurrence of the menstrual cycle to happen or to pass the sperm, that is the vaginal opening. So I guess it is clear till here. Now, apart from this, when we are talking about the fallopian tube is a tube-like structure. As we all can see, it's a tube-like structure. And it will hold the egg for some time. It will hold the egg for some time and there the egg will be waiting for the sperm. The egg will be waiting for the sperm. If the sperm is not coming, the egg will degenerate and it will pass out through the vagina in the form of menstrual cycle. But when we are talking about the fertilization of the egg, when the egg will be fertilized in the fallopian tube itself, at that time, the menstrual cycle will not occur. Fertilization means the first step of pregnancy. So, since 9 months, the particular lady, once the lady has mated, once the sperm has fertilized the ovum, the lady will not have any menstrual cycle. So, permanent stoppage of menstrual cycle is not occurring. It is only occurring after the age of 45 for the females, after the age of 45 or after the age of 50. For females, that time only the permanent menstrual cycle stopping is occurred. That time only. But if temporarily menstrual cycle is stopped, then there are two cases. Either there is no proper food facility, no proper food for that female, or else the puberty age, that is the age of 11 or 12 or 13, has not attained till now, or else the lady is pregnant. Weakness is one of the case, puberty is one of the case, and pregnancy is one of the case where the menstrual cycle stops for 9 months till the child births. I hope it is clear till here. Now, apart from this, next one. Apart from this, the fimbrious structure, though its function is very much minute or very much simple, but it is only the main one. Why? Because if the fimbriae is not capturing the egg or the ovum, then no one can transport the egg from the ovary to the fallopian tube. Means we can say fimbriae is the connecting medium between the ovary and the fallopian tube. And fallopian tube itself is the connecting medium between the ovary and the uterus. Fimbria is the connecting medium between the ovary and the fallopian tube. And fallopian tube itself is the connecting medium between the uterus and the ovary. Then only it can pass the egg. I hope you can understand through this video. Please go through the video and match it with your text. And if any doubts, you can ask. Thanks a lot.